What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey, and I'm Shakira. All right, welcome back. So let's take a quick look at what's been going on with ETH and BTC since my morning vid, and then I figured we'd jump into some backtesting because I haven't had a chance to do that for a while. I find myself with a little time, so this one might be a little bit longer that I've been trying to go for, but if you're here for the journey, you'll know that it, takes time and effort and repetition over and over and over again. Because I know, at least for myself, whenever you're learning something new and it's, you know, there's so much data coming in, right? So many sources, so many places that you can get all this information from, and it can eventually become overwhelming, right? And you might, I think in my case, things might get a little complicated. So I'm going to try and endeavor to simplify my trading style. I'm still going to be doing price action, but I'm going to try not to overthink things. All right. So let's see what's going on with Bitcoin this morning. Let's roll back in. All right. So far, earlier today, Bitcoin was just basically going sideways. Then it's just done a small little thing here, and now it's stagnated again. Honestly, it's gone nowhere. Boring. Moving on. No, that's no fun. Now, I threw in a little bit more fun, or more interesting, I think, because I noticed in like the few minutes that I had, I looked over, I was like, oh, it's forming this kind of, I don't know, is it a rising wedge? Whatever. It's a wedge of some sort. Anyway, so the last time I had one of these, it was a flat bottom with the thing coming down and it broke that way. So, I mean, I was testing in my mind, I was thinking, well, it's coiling up, flat top, it's probably going to break up. So far it's broken out of it, but it does have this bigger um, trend line that's been acting as resistance for a while right here. So it's testing it out now. So if it pops out of here, then I'll consider I'll consider this potentially a true break. So what I'm expecting is if it does bust through, so far it's been rejected twice, one, two. If it does, it'll bust through, come back, retest this area, and then potentially continue on up, right? At least back to the last place that it stopped, right? So I would say since it liked to stop around here, so it would stop there, retest. That's not pretty, I know, don't judge me. And then come back up to this next area where it paused again. All right. So I would be looking for some sort of long from here with, honestly, I would just take a bullish engulfing. I would take a morning star, pretty much anything from this area, nowhere else, because it's an area of key. It's a key area. It's an important area, and I know I'm using the wrong terminologies here. Put it down in the comments if you think that I am using the wrong terminology. So until it does that, and as such, let me go ahead and set a little alarm right about, well, let's see if it'll clear in this section. Oh, let's set an alarm for there. If it clears 1611, then I'll do something about it. Let's see, do I have something also significant for Bitcoin? Now I'm gonna leave that alone for now. All right. So let's dip into some back testing because fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove all of this, and I'm trying to trade Ethereum and Bitcoin primarily, at least to start. So let's bust out the 4 hour and let's bust the replay button. I want to be somewhere in this area of randomness to see what's up. I'm just going to do that Stevie Wonder thing and go bam. Whoa. Hate these areas. The move's already in progress. You know what? I have a way too good of an idea as to what the hell happens at that point. So let's come over here instead and see about the stagnation over here and click. All right, cool. So Still in October 3rd. Perfect. All right, so as always, let's figure out our primary trend, okay? So normally I would do the daily. We all know that it's a bear market, so the higher trend is down, 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 down. But I will do this. Eh, I don't like it. We'll let that one go. You know, I think it's quite fascinating for folks who trade you know, the what's the word I'm looking for? The folks who trade like the higher time frames, right? Oh, look, is it doing it? All right. So if it's gonna, ooh, yes. So how much time's left on this candle? 21 minutes. I'll let this hour candle finish and then I'll have my some confirmation about that. Sorry, let me go back into the back testing. All right. So we had a little bit of a level down here. And we've been hanging out here, but we're somewhere over here. So let's head over to the 4 hour. It's still a downtrend. The 4 hour is kind of like doing sideways awesomeness. So let's spec out our trading zones, right? So I'm just going to do support resistance areas here. And perhaps I could set it as more of like a trend line. What do you guys think? Let's do the SR areas. So at least I know if it's coming in here. All right, so we've got that one rejected. And then of course we need to back test it some more. All right, we got some confirmations. There's that, there's that. Okay, good. That's that. Okay, perfect. And then let's also spec out our area down here. Looks like we've rejected it a few times over. So let's, 1, 2, little 3 there. And all right. So looks like we've made a higher low. These are kind of equal, honestly. Let's go on to the 1 hour. All right. Okay. Let's. All right. So fun fact, we have. So I'm gonna spec out price action things here. So we have this juicy looking natural supply area. Sorry. So let's just supply area. And we'll keep that at a nice shade of green. And do we have something similar down here? Um, looks like we've got a different support and resistance area right along here, but that's fine. And here and here. They're all over the place, man. If you try and grab every last one of them, it will just be like insanity. But another point of super awesome reference here is this natural demand area. So let's spec that out too. And again, I might be overthinking it, so don't judge me. Okay, what else we got? All right, so we have a natural supply area. We also have an actual supply area here. I know I'm drawing a lot, so don't judge me. So I'm expecting price to come back up here. So that's when I'm going to look for a really juicy short. But that's going to be a supply area. And there's an imbalance and a nice dragon fruit. It's in an SR area as well. It's inside a natural supply area. If price doesn't come and drop crazily from here, I'd be super surprised. Okay, so this guy, no. Okay. So anything else juicy? Nothing. Eh, no, no, no. Okay, so I'm gonna have to let price play out. Okay, so now we're coming up to this area. Okay. And please note, all of this is liquidity that they needed to hunt, even up to here. So like I said, I'm looking for a shorting opportunity right about here. And I would like to you know, bring it back all the way down to here. Now, let's assume I've added a little ATR in. So give it a little room up here. Okay, so let's let this play on and see how it actually plays out. Coming up. Okay, so that's already eaten most of that. There's a little bit left. So we are not in anything yet. We are waiting for this juicy supply area to be hit. In the meantime, and yes, I'm trying to trade the 1 hour, not the 15-minute. Maybe I'll even try the 45-minute, but I'm trying the 1 hour to see if it feels less chaotic to me as well. Okay, so we wicked. So we're looking at a swing failure, approximately about here. Nothing's really been able to close. Yeah, a little bit. Let's just eyeball that. So technically, and this is a juicy break, so I might have to readjust if it's not going to bust back up. So come in here. Still have this natural space. It should probably pause here. Yeah. All right. So this is my problem. Like my ability to decide to enter into something is oh, hello. Came right back up for this area right here. Now, if I see a nice juicy red candle, I will enter into a short right around here. No. I'll enter into a short right around here to see and write it back down to this area right here. That's wonderful. And then put this above that, like that, 3.2. Now, big juicy candle, but there's a wick on the top. So that makes me feel like maybe they want to turn around. Okay, we wick some more, but we're in this demand area. Not really seeing any structures I like, you know? And this next candle is probably like a nice red candle or something. Oh, it's not. It's a green candle. Still waiting on something. I wanted to come up here and do something. Like, for example, this bearish, I always say bullish first. Sorry, guys. This bearish engulfing in this area of interest. Yes, I would have taken that and, set a tight stop loss in case I was wrong. Plus, swing failure over here makes me feel like, it's not trying to go back up. But there is no guarantee, and price will do what it wants to do. Okay, so looks like we're creating another swing failure. So if we bust past this level right here, then it's going into where I want it to go. Okay, so now I'm seeing a nice little red candle right here. Put it above, and let's press play. Oh, so stopped out. Oh man, that happens all the time. Okay, so now we're in that area that I was really looking for. I need to, keep. Oh man, and look at these. Look at these guys. So we're in this area. Oh man, give me a bearish engulfing and I'm in it, like in it to win it. There you are. Hello. I'll take that. Pop that. And, yeah. And I'm going to ride this to about here. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So let's see. Press play. Oof. Just realized it's making higher lows, y'all. That's scary. Oh, coming down. All right. All right. Let's see. We're going to continue. Now, one thing to note, guys. One thing to note. Once it starts making structure, right? So we've come down. We're meandering along. We've dropped. We've made another structure. I am moving my stop loss. So at this point, I'm in. I am not. We're at an equal lows area here. So if it wants to pop back up and take me out, knock yourself out. But I'm moving my stop loss. There's an imbalance over here, so that's not nice, but and it could totally pop back up and do that. Let me think. In terms of structure, is this the best place to put it? Maybe above this. Maybe even just take a tiny thing up here and then wait. But let's say we put it there. All right. Okay. All right. So we've just switched and made a higher low, which doesn't make me feel very good. So my style of trading is basically if I feel the market is moving in the opposite direction away from me and this is on the 1 hour, I'm getting out. So I would jump out here. Now let me reassess how I place the target, right? Like this is here is where price decided to stop. Even there, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Ooh, is it falling again? All right. Whoopsie, sorry, getting distracted. 10 minutes left on my candle. Okay, so my stop loss is all the way up here. It'll most likely get hit. But the way I like it is every time it makes some sort of structure, I just move it to the next spot, you know? So I would have been stopped out there anyway. All right, so that's on the 1 hour. This area was like lightning. I love it. Okay. But price did not do what I wanted it to do. So let's press play. And okay, so uh almost to it. Oh my goodness. Wow. Even rolled into this thing. So I could have been like so all the way down here and left this here because this structure is too close. So either way, leave it here, hold on to my little bit of profits in case it messed me up. But, my original would have worked out nicely. Interesting. So, note to self. Don't judge a book by its character. It is moving in sideways market. It's moving this way. It has to retrace and all that jazz. Did I sing it? And all that jazz. Come on, guys. If you're not having fun, what's the point, right? All right, so now we are down back into or another SR area, and we're at this natural demand area. So far we've been kicked out of here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So actually more than that, 4. So for this one, let's see if we have anything. And this is a one time frame trading strategy. Wow, that's a little terrifying, I think. Right, guys? Anyway, let's do it anyway. So we have this order block that's already been eaten. So we are down here. Let's say I'm cray cray. So we need some confirmation, right? We need like a morning star or a bullish engulfing. I don't know, something to make me feel like we're not doing that. That looks like a sort of an evening star. Because we're in a bear market, like taking a long from here is kind of terrifying, right? The short totally made sense. Beautiful, perfect, gone. Okay. All right, so okay. So what I'm looking for at this point is a break to occur so I can have some sort of structure to play with because this break here is pretty good. So if it's going to continue, it could come here, which is a beautiful dragon fruit, right? Supply area. And what else we got? Anything else juicy? It could even be its own little support resistance area as well. Interesting. Because price seems to be, let's see. Do we have some correlations here? Stop it. Let's see, do we have some correlations here? Boom, boom. Like I said, these things are all over the place, right? So if we have like this mini, I don't know if I want to call it mini SR area here, then if I feel like it's going up, I need to make a higher high, or at least make a higher low. Something like that, right? So far, I got nothing. Ooh. Hmm. Now that is an evening star in a natural demand area. I'm gonna drop this. Ooh. And both moving averages are above. So, given that I am of a bearish mindset, I want an entry about here. You know, price likes to do that and then pop back up and then stuff. So I want an entry about here if it pops back up. And then I'll do a 1 to 2. Let's look to the left, see where price is likely to stop. That's not bad. It hasn't been there in a while, but let's press play. So if it doesn't pop up, we haven't. Oh, hey, look at that. No, I hadn't even looked at the stop loss. So, if I'm doing 1%, would have still been stopped out right there. But this is wicking. Okay. So let's look for another potential. So we're wicking away from this demand area. That was a bad idea. Probably best to have a more decisive set of confluences. Um, yeah, I don't like that. So we're wicking. So down here looks like we might be going back up again. It might be rejecting that area. So we are 2 stopped out and 1 good choice. Okay, so now this green candle makes me feel a little bit better because we're wicking out. So I want an entry that's about here because we all know they like to come back up to bite me in the, shh, don't tell anybody. Ooh, yeah. So let's see if we can ride this back up to the 200 and press play. Oh, stopped out. Hardcore. Now, I will freely admit that trying to make it up to the 200 is not the best idea. I should have stopped about there where we knew where this imbalance was as a target, and then set an even tighter stop loss, like underneath it if we're wrong. And that would have still given us a decent thing, but hey, we're here to learn, right? We don't have any clue what price is going to do. Let's see. Is ETH just 3 minutes, 30 seconds left? Yeah, probably not doing any breaking. But market closes in about 34 minutes, so there's always some volatility at that point. All right, let's see. All right, so far, uh, what have we learned, right? We need to, especially in an area of natural demand, like when it first gets tested, it's probably the best time to take something, right? So when we first came in here, wicked up, then and single time frames, I don't know that I trust them, It seems a bit like playing with fire, right? I like the 1 hour, but what if I had been looking at the, I don't know, 4 hour first to determine what was happening? Might have seen something juicy there that would have said to me, hey, yeah, Shakira, that's probably a good idea. Like, for example, this Looks like a double top, right? Boom, boom. And then continue on down. This doji on the 4 hour, probably going down, right? This doji at this level of support, probably going up, right? Probably because these things form all over the place. And that doesn't freaking mean diddly squat. This bearish engulfing on the 4 hour, probably continuing down. So I don't know if the folks who are on the trading the higher time frames have it right or not. You know, no clue. But anyway, uh, I think that from this one, I still would prefer to. I think the high time frame, low time frame analysis is best, right? Um, I don't have enough confirmation on a single time frame to, feel comfortable for entries and such. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna keep this one semi-brief. You enjoy this beautiful day. I'm gonna go take a walk, I think. So, happy hunting, trade safely, and Shakira out.